Claire Glassman, are you saying actually that you believe that the trauma is just as bad, whatever the, if you like, category of rape is?
Yes, I mean, for example, I mean, wives fought for many years, who had often undergone extreme violence from their husbands over many years and still had to face them over the breakfast table and had had no access to the law at all. And in fact, rape by husbands is the most common form of rape. Rape by strangers is in fact a minority of the attacks that happen. And also another worrying thing is that the government is also playing around with the issue of consent. I mean, what is more basic to women's rights than being able to consent or refuse your consent to sex? And it's really shocking that with the majority of women MPs in the House of Commons, that these kind of proposals are being put forward. I mean, if women MPs are not going to stand up for women's rights, then what are they going to stand up for?
And Claire, rape by someone you know is deemed to be, of course, a betrayal of trust, and that makes it just as bad as rape by a stranger?
Yes, it is. But just to go back to the previous point, I mean, people are always wanting to blame the jury. I mean, the jury is only deciding on the basis of what information they're presented with, and when the judge, the prosecuting barrister, the defence barrister, and everyone else are all against the woman and judging her on moral grounds and on the grounds of relationship with the attacker, not what happened on that particular occasion and whether she was consenting, then obviously there is going to be a low conviction rate. And we've been pressing for women's sexual history with men other than the attacker not to be able to be brought up in rape cases. And instead, the government still wants to allow questioning, with other men around the same time as the attack took place. Had she been, flirting with other men in a club? Has she done anything similar before? And, did the man believe that she was consenting, even though that was an absurd thing to claim? And they're just not listening to women, and we're really shocked that they're trying to turn back the clock and bring in Victorian values that a husband has a right to rape his wife. And the signal that sends to men is that, it's all right to inflict violence against women.